Okay, welcome everybody to Coffee Art in the Morning. It's Hump Day. we've just been we've just been chatting. There's Phil. We've just been chatting about getting rid of junk and papers and stuff like that, and getting rid of it. And I was telling the girls, even schools and Goodwill doesn't even want that kind of stuff. Who wants a bin of collage papers? I mean, we would, but schools and stuff don't. Okay, so I got a little bit of happy mail here, and then I think we're going to work in abandoned places, and I think we'll have plenty of time to stream today. As far as I know, there's no other streamers today. Janet has an appointment. Joycey's not streaming, so I think we'll see how it goes, and maybe we'll work a little in Mythomorphia. If not, I'll do that another recording. So this is Ustream.tv if you're watching over on YouTube. And it's a live chat with a live, mostly awake audience. Our fibs, our friends in the box. So thanks everybody for being here. So before I get started, I want to show you, I did finish. I left I made these on Monday. These are the little junk journals I made on Monday with the leftover tablecloth plastic. And I had them sitting flat, because I did go ahead and put paper on the inside. Now you can see the cardboard. See the cardboard? You can see that it was corrugate, I should say. Paula will be slapping me for saying it's cardboard, but corrugate. And so you can see the ridges from the corrugate in there. But anyway, I had them under some heavy weight overnight to make sure they're nice and flat and everything. And then I put the two signatures. Oh, and I did reinforce the spine. So the spine's got a double thing of chipboard in there so that the rubber bands hold up. And yeah, Connie, you think so, but you wouldn't if you, yeah. But anyway, so these were given away on Monday. So let me just flip through them real quick. I just put two signatures in each one. These are old art journal pages that started and got ink, and then this is a piece of that folder, and then some have stencil stuff and just, junk journals. That's what junk journals are. They're junk. So these are the two that I made on Monday. There's one of my hand-carved stamps right there. I made them on... was it Monday? Yeah, it was Monday. And so there's two signatures with 5 sheets in each signature folded, so that's 10. Front and back makes 20, so there's 40 front and back pages in there. So there's one. And the second one looks the same on the front, different papers on the inside. This one just happened to have a sunflower. So yeah, they were fun to make. They're not hard to make. Well, if you use a ruler, it's a little easier. I just eyeballed it. Oh my gosh. So anyway, yeah. So we did a giveaway on Monday, and 2 of the girls got these. One girl from YouTube, and one girl here in the live show. So, and they're just held in with rubber bands. You could put that stretchy string, the stretchy string that I use in Travelers notebooks, instead of a rubber band, and it would look prettier. You could dangle some little charms off it, but just, just a little junk journal. They're easy enough to make. So those are going out in the Happy Mail now that I got them all put together. And let's see what else. And I did send out Connie U. And Suze. I sent you out some. I'm surprised more people didn't want the bookmarks. I only got 3 people wanting me to send them bookmarks. So I'm going to send the other one out tomorrow. So, but Connie and Suze, I sent y'all's out already to send down to the Eileen's scrapbook store. I guess, Eileen, I don't know if they'd want the other ones unfinished. I don't know that your scrapbook store would want the unfinished bookmarks and have them do something with them, or if they're already overwhelmed. See, here's the thing. Oh, I'll send those extra bookmarks that are half finished somewhere, and then somebody's going to go, I don't want these. Yeah, I sent them the address with the stuff. Yeah, Melissa, Eileen's scrapbook store in Florida was making tags and bookmarks for the school in Parkland with little sayings and little encouragements and little things on it. Well, we had a bunch of paper sent to us by Ben, and leftover art paper. You'll have to go watch the show. It's too much to explain. just watch it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah, you'll have to just watch Monday's show. Okay, so let me go ahead and show the birthday cards that the Bad at Mailers sent me. No, not really. The BAM Club. But, and Julie Topaz will be the first one. So she'll say, sorry, this is late. It's your birthday month, though. And it's true, it's a birthday month. So February is a birthday month. So she sent me this pretty little card. So thanks so much, Julie. I don't think she's here right now. Sent me that birthday card. And then a Mountain Dreamer, Teresa, who is here. Yeah, Suze. Yeah, the students went back to school today. Yeah. And then this one's from Mountain Dreamer, Teresa. Sending sunshine on a cloudy day. Perfect for today because that's what it is. And it's a little birthday greeting and some love. So she sent some book pages. You know, we love these in our collage. So there's like old hymns and hymn papers, and it looks like German book papers, and it looks like some kind of a recipe, you know, look, how to make rolls. These are awesome in collage. They're awesome in junk journals. So here's some Pride and Prejudice, old copy of that. And I know people say, oh my gosh, tearing up books. I'm telling you, people, there's so many books out there being thrown in landfills. You ought to be happy that we're recycling. That's how I look at it. Yeah, German textbooks. Yeah, awesome. They're awesome pages. And they're like, you can tell they got some age on them. You know, they're just really cool. I really love them. And I do use these. I put them in, maybe we'll, I don't know if I'll put them in abandoned, but I use them like on my collage journals. Yeah, so thanks so much, Teresa. That was so sweet. And I will give some of that away. So in Happy Mail, I sent on Happy Mail, I'll give some of it away. Yeah, yeah. Hey, Haven. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm telling you, people, you might as well recycle those books. Just go to one used bookstore. Go to one used bookstore and look at the thousands and probably a million books in one little town bookstore, used bookstore, and think of all the books. You're not, I mean, it's not like we're tearing up a first edition Shakespeare, something like that. So, yeah. And then this is from Quail Hill Jan, and she sent some extra cards to send out too. And she sent me one, and I did save, this was off the envelope, it was in a brown package thing. So I saved off the little quail that was on there, I cut that out, and I saved the Canadian stamps that were on there. These are awesome in collage. Maybe we can even peel those off and use them. But it's the Chinese, the good luck dogs or what, I forget what they're called. But anyway, so those are some Canadian stamps. And then she made me this little D. And this, I do have one little wall when I walk in my room that this can hang on. That's the only, other than my big Mona Lisa that hangs over my closet that Jean made me. That's the only wall I have any place to hang anything on in this room. It's right there by my door. Yeah, there you go. Go to Goodwill and get books. Exactly. You can get all kinds of coffee table books for 50 cents. You can get, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Hey, Genty. Anybody else coming in? So, yeah, this was made by Lady Jaen, Lady Jan, Quail Hill in Canada. So she sent me that. And then this was the birthday card. It has a little tag in there. Happy birthday month, Miss Dee Dee. With the little, yeah, didn't think there was anything. That's like a vintage little postcard. And inside, oh brother, this is another one of those Quail Hill cards. And again, she has a little spider web with some little violets. I was going to say posies, but they're violets. So this is the card she made. So that's from Lady True North Jan. And then she sent some, I'm not sure this is Joss paper or what kind of paper it is. It's kind of big for Joss papers are usually about this big. So I'm not sure what the significance of this one is. But again, great collage paper. Hey, Julie Topaz, and thank you, Julie. I just showed your card. Thank you so much. Then she sent a bunch of cards to use to mail, for you guys, and she put them backwards so that, and I do this too, especially if I send international, and it's a bumpy card. I will fold it inverted like this so it keeps the puffiness flat, and then when you get it, you just fold it around. So there's the front of the card. But sending cards like that, that's a tip for you guys too. Bye, Janet. Y'all let me know. Message me or call me when you get back, Janet. Yeah, the library book sale's another place, Kimmy Poo. I just bought a Japanese, well, it's been a while ago, but the last library book sale I went to, it was a Japanese manga book, hardback, this thick, for $1. It was like a whole, so you can find lots of great books at the library sale. Now, I'm not cutting that one up, but, you can find lots of books there to cut up. So yeah, you can see how pretty they are. And then she has a little stamp and her signature. But yeah, if you want to mail something, especially international, fold them backwards. And that makes them flatter and protects them as well. So there's my tip for the day. This one's got berries. And remember last week I showed you Lady True North Jan's Instagram with all her tags? This is the same one that made those tags. So these will be nice little get well, thinking of you. I have sent out a few of those lately. I don't know if I did send one to Galena. Congrats on her baby. She hadn't said she got it. And I also sent her those napkins she wanted. She's probably busy. She probably hasn't even checked her mail. So, yeah, aren't these cool, guys? And, again, this could be your own artwork, just a little piece left torn up. Thanks so much. And I got a little letter well, I actually got 2 letters, but I'm only going to read one because I don't know if I should read the other one. I don't have her permission. So, yeah. Aren't they cool? This is like a doily with ink, a piece of little burlap, a little piece of torn artwork of a frog. Aren't they cool? Little window. I know, aren't they beautiful, Terry? And again, they go this way, But that's just to protect the artwork. If you fold it, and it makes it flatter for the, make sure it gets mailed correctly. So thanks so much. They're so stunning. All right, so let me read the letter. She has one news from the Hill that I don't know she once read, but I'll read the one that she sent to me. Happy International Artist Day. H-E, Artist Day. When I first encountered the artist Paulus Berinsson, I'm not sure how, it looks like a Norwegian or Swedish, or I'm not sure. Bernsohn. Through his documentary, To Spring from the Hand, one of the many things that he said resonated with me. But to declare February 14th as an International Artist Day, well, that was a humdinger of an idea. He attempted through his long life, sadly for us, he departed last summer, to send out handmade valentines to his many, many artist friends and family, making a point to walk to his local post office to have them especially postmark on Valentine's Day. Hello, Februarian. I think I said that right. So in honor of your birthday month and this very special day for artists, I'm sending this note to you postmarked February 14th, just in case you thought it was late. Him. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Of course, it's not just a note. There are a few extra goodies in the packet. I know you send out cards to the Fibs on many occasions, and perhaps your supply could do with some topping up. And it really could, because y'all know I stopped doing all the birthdays. I was doing for 2 or I think 3 years I did all the birthdays. Send birthday cards to all the Fibs, but this last year, a year ago January, I said that last year would be my last year to do that because I was over 200 and it was just too many to send out again, so I'd no longer send out the birthday, all Fib cards to all the Fibs. And so, but I do still send out, a get well card, a thinking of you. I still send cards, so yeah. I know, isn't she sweet, Eileen? Yeah. I remember you made a comment on my Instagram account, so thank you so much for following me on both of them. Lady True North, so if y'all want to follow her on Instagram, Lady True North, all one word, and Lady North Crafts, that I should make a book of my shipping tag sketches. While I've not gotten to the book stage yet, I did manage to put together 6 note cards that you can either do a giveaway with singly or as a set, or simply mail them out. If there is one or more that you want another copy of, please let me know. I would be more than happy to make them for you. It was through your encouragement and generous sharing of technique that actually gave me the courage to even attempt to do these little tags and post them, warts and all. If y'all missed it, go look at her, Lady True North. I think the tags are under Lady North Crafts on Instagram. As you are such a magnetic personality, pun, that's what she says, I am including the letter D that I covered with my carefully hoarded Florentine paper. Truth be told, I forgot where I put it and had to go rummage. LOL. On one side, let me get it again here. On one side is the clock face, along with 2 rare earth magnets. By gum, they're strong. They're strong little suckers and should hold that D to anything metallic you care to slap on. And then here's her Florentine paper. There. So, yeah, so she sent that to me. So then she sent a letter, the news from Quail Hill, and I don't know that she wants that read, so I'm not going to read it without her permission. So, yeah. So, thanks so much, Jan. And again, I did take these off the envelope, her little quail seal and the Canadian stamps. So, thanks so much. And I so appreciate my birthday cards. Love me some birthday. Hi, Susan. Yeah, you can change your name. You can change your name to Susan. So thank you so much, everybody. Okay, so before the show, I asked what everybody wanted to see more, working in mythomorphia or working in, oh, my camera's a little, let me see here. Working in mythomorphia or working in abandoned. So everybody voted for abandoned. But like I said, well, let me get it to stick there. I do want to get back to my Saturday coloring. I did this on Saturday, and I did finish all the fish off camera like I said I would if you watched this video. So I finished this and all the fish. Now I still want to do more misting and stuff, but I'll wait till everything's done and then do all the misting at once, because I still have to do the bottom down here. So this is the other part of the page I want to do, the lionfish, and then that's the seahorse, and again that's out of Mythomorphia. So I'll get back to this maybe my birthday book. Work on my birthday book, Suze? You mean my, which one? Which one, Suze? the one of the abandoned ones, or are you talking about the, what do you call it? Well, it's right here somewhere. Right here. Where is it? Are you talking about the Scariest Places book? I'm not sure which book you mean. Okay, so there's that, and yeah, so I'm thinking I might go back to Forgotten Heritage. Yeah, I've got 4 abandoned books. Yeah, I have the Abandoned, Forgotten Heritage, Abandoned America, and Abandoned Theme Parks. So they're all pretty much the same type of process. So this is the one that, oh, the Abandoned Theme Parks. Let's see. Yeah. I mean, I don't care which one. They're all the same process. I love all of them. All of them are awesome. I had some stars here for this page, or did I have it picked for this page? Anyway, I tore these stars out, and let's see here. There was something I was working on over here. So what I do, and I'm going to have to lighten this up because, hang on, it's a rainy day here, and we always fight with the light. No, I need to brighten it up here. No, here. No, that's too much. Hang on, let me see which one I want to use. That one's probably the best. A little brighter. So yeah, I flipped through them all last week. Okay, I messed up my light. Hang on, guys. Let me restore everything and then fix it again. Hang on. It's a rainy day here, and it's really dark. So let's see. And then when I go on the inside of the book, it's going to be even different. I'm not sure if that's... How's that look, guys? It's hard for me to tell. Hey, Button. Tell me, Lady Jen, True North, other Instagram. Hang on, let me go get it. Lady True North and Lady North Crafts. Okay. So we can zoom in one. That looks pretty good. Okay, so again, guys, hopefully Ustream is going to give us HD All right, that's not clear. Hang on. And the focus went. Hang on. Let's see. So I don't know. I haven't planned anything, any certain pages. What I usually do is I go through my book, and when I come to something I want to work on, oh my gosh, it got dark again. I opened the book to a dark page, and it went dark. Let's just see. But in the meantime, we just, soldier on. So I do have a small thing here that I'm working out of. A smaller container that I've been working out of. Because I have drawers and bins and, yeah. So I'll just work out of that bin, whatever's in there. Whatever's in that bin. So this is the Abandoned, Hauntingly Beautiful, Deserted Theme Parks. Stephen Lawless. And we just, I usually just go through. Now this one I don't have as much stuff glued down. The Forgotten Heritage, I have quite a few things glued down. And so, oh my gosh, the lighting. I'm sorry, guys. It just keeps, I don't know if it fluctuates for you, but it is for me. So anyway, I just kind of go through the book, and when I see something that I think just could use, like I love this little bit here of swirly bits. I'd cut one out here. When I just go through and find things that need to be glued down. And that's how I start a page. I rarely just go, I mean, I've done it, and I've done it for here. Just go to a page and start to finish a page. We've done it a few times, but that's usually not how I personally do it when I'm by myself. A car wearing a hat. A car wearing a hat. Yeah, a theme park. Yeah, the theme park car that was wearing a hat. Yeah. So, anyway. Let's see, maybe I'll cut this off. These are from calendar pages. I think this was one from an artist calendar. And I just, y'all know I tear them up. So I'm liking this. Do I want it to go to the... No, I like the way it goes like that. Because then I have something else connected over here. So I think I might just go through the book right now, because I was thinking about doing a Forgotten Heritage because I have more stuff glued in it, but y'all requested this one, so I don't have that much stuff glued in because this is the newest one. So I'll just glue. I'll just glue for a while unless I come to something I decide I want to stop and paint on. Let me get me a couple baby wipes. Yep, the Silhouette store has everything half price. I got that email. I know, I should probably go in there and buy some stuff. So if you, yeah. Well, of course, by the time you watch this recording, I don't know when it'll be. But this is Wednesday. And there's, everything in the store is half price. Is it everything, Mink? Okay, so, just... And then usually what I do is I paint this out. No, that's too much. So I'm just going to go with that. And sometimes, well, it's best, really, to matte medium your stuff down. If I was going to do a full page, like stop here and do a full page, I'd get out my matte medium and start matte medium everything down. But since I'm just gluing little things page by page, or here and there. I'm just going to use my tacky glue to glue it down until I get back to the page, and then I'll probably matte medium. Hey, May. So I just have a whole bunch of stuff. You know, I always love my watches and clocks and some, you know, I even cut out some feathers out of one of the feather calendars. So maybe some feathers. Let's see here. This one will be better. It's the Bendy one. So again, this is kind of a slow, might be, I guess it would be probably boring for a lot of people. So if you're not into collage and mixed media and altered books, this probably isn't the video for you. So don't email me. Just saying. And nasty comments won't get put on the comments anyway, so you might as well not even do that. We finally got Janet to use golden matte medium. Yeah, it's the best. And if I'm going to do a full-on page, then I would use it, because the thing about, and I would use it anyway when I go to, you know, do a lot of painting, because you can wipe away acrylic paint from the golden matte medium. You can wipe it back and it will remove, and you can't do that without it. I mean, like, this is a slick calendar page, so if I put acrylic paint on this, I could, if I got it while it was wet, I could, you know, remove it. But it's just not the same as being a full-on page of matte medium where you can remove paint very easily. Oh, thanks, Zig. So, yeah, I'm just, and if I'm not sure what I want to do, what I'll do is I'll just tack it down with a glue stick. You know, just tack it down with a glue stick, and then come back and glue it later. So you can do that too. You know? And you can also paint things out and then do the collage. There's just, you know, depends on what you feel like doing. You know, do you want to paint first? Sometimes I'll go through and paint a bunch of things out. Sometimes I'll just go through my box of collage stuff and start playing with it. Sometimes I'll stop and do a full page. So, you know, but the process of the gluing, painting, and I call it reverse collaging, is all, it's the same, you know. It's just depending on how much time you want to spend on one part of the process at a time. You might want to just go through the whole book and paint. You might want to go through the whole book and just find collage bits. You might want to stop on one page and do just a little bit. Or you might want to stop on a page and do a full-on spread, you know. Don't make it so rule bent that you don't have fun. You got to have fun with it. Can you use matte medium with embossing powders? I'm not, hey Prisma, I'm not sure. Embossing powders have to be heated. So I'm not quite sure what you mean. You got to heat embossing powders with a heat gun. If it's mixed in matte medium, I don't think that would work. So I'm not sure what you're asking. So sorry. Maybe Eileen, she knows a lot of those weird techniques. She may know what you're talking about. I try not to use anything bumpy, like dimensional. I mean, I have occasionally, but I try not to use anything dimensional in my collages, especially in a book, because then when you go to this page, like let's just say I had a bunch of embossing on here, then when I go to work on this page, it's all bumpy. You see, I don't like dimensional stuff in my collage and mixed media. And my, I don't know here, got too dark and too light. So yeah, so I'm not quite sure what you're asking on that one, Prisma. Okay, let's just go through and see what I feel like doing. And I like to do a lot of black, because I'd like to do stars and things. So let me get a little paint too. So I like to paint out a lot of things in black just because I like doing solar systems and things like that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just really frustrated with the quality of this today. It won't even hardly focus. So yeah, okay. All right, so let me get a brush here and get it wet so I'm not sticking dry bristles in the paint. Embossing. Embossing is just like a powder, Steffi, and you sprinkle the powder on a medium to make it stick, and then you heat emboss and it makes it raised. Hey, Meep. Good to see you. Sketchy Wi-Fi where you are? Okay, well, it's good to see you. So there's cracked windows there. So I'm going to leave those cracked windows. I didn't get that either. I'm sorry, Prisma. I'm not quite sure what you're talking about, Eileen, there. Sorry. If I miss something in chat, sometimes it throws me and I go, what? What? What's the difference between a die cut and a stencil? A stencil is usually the negative space. A die cut is a shape. A stencil is a negative space for you to put paint in. And that's not a hard, fast rule because you can use die cuts as stencils. But stencils are usually the negative space. And die cuts are the positive shape. Yeah, heat embossing with the powder. I gave almost all mine away. I gave almost all my powders away because I wasn't using them. Now my heat gun, y'all know I use that every day. Like this, to dry this, I use a heat gun to dry it. Thanks, Terry. So yeah, so this is what I do when I'm just like messing around in my books here. And again, I might stop and do a full page, or I might just, you know, do a little, and it just depends. Just depends. There's cracked windows there, and then I want to go right on the top of that little. And then after you black things out, or blue or purple or whatever color, then you can, you know, glue things on top of too. Or you can glue things down and paint around. Because I do that in our art journals. Paint around them. But in my abandoned places like this, you know, it's... And I showed the last time we did something in how... I did flips through them. So if you're watching this one and you want to see flips through all 4 of my books that I'm working in, there's a video on that. Just look for altered book flips, and you'll see them. Dee Dee, you gave Eileen Tacky a squeeze. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Didn't know what you were talking about there, Prisma. Okay, so I'm liking that. See, I left the cracked windows there, and there's a little cracked window there, and there's crack right there. So I'm going to get in here, leave the crack. the shattered glass, I should say. Okay, here's a good example. Let me just show you here, because I'm going to paint this out. Um, so there's no matte medium on here, right? There's no, if there was golden matte medium on there, I could do this and wipe it completely away. Okay, now it wiped away, and I did it immediately while it was wet, and you can still see the ghosting of where that black was. If there was matte medium on here, there would be nothing there. Now if I put the black down and even leave it for even a couple of seconds, you're not going to be able to get this off like you could with if it was coated with matte medium. See? You can't get it back to white. But if it had matte medium on it, I could. So there's the benefit of having your matte medium. And that's especially true if you go to glue something down. Let me find something here I might want to put on here. That's not the right color, but let me just cut this down. This isn't the color I want. Well, it has a little bit of purple in it. I'm looking at these colors down here, yellow and purple. So if I glue this down with matte medium, then I can paint over it or paint around it, get the edges nice and painty, and wipe it away, because the matte medium is like a barrier so that you can remove paint. But just painting it like this, you can't, see, it doesn't go away. It doesn't come off. I hope that makes sense, guys. I hope I made that, because that's very important. I really can't stress it enough how important it is what the matte medium can do. It really is amazing. So if y'all have any questions, or what are y'all working on, tell me what you guys are working on either today or this week. I don't see anybody saying maybe nobody's working on anything. I don't know. I hope somebody's working on something this week. I know what. Everybody tell me whether you're working on it right this minute or not. What is your favorite medium or technique? Like, do you like collage? You like color book? You like painting? You like drawing? You like sketching? You like napkin journals? Do you like mixed media? What's your favorite thing to do? If you could only do one thing, what would it be? Melissa's working on an oil painting. Awesome. What are you painting, Melissa? What's your painting of? May says, I've started on a picture in Serene. Oh, we love our Serene. With your new gold Faber aqua pencil. So you're doing a watercolor technique, May? Vicki S. is taking the Robin Marie Smith class. Zelie is in Mythomorphia, the Medusa. Suze is gathering supplies for the bookmarks. Aw, Suze, she might be there. Should be there at the latest tomorrow. Okay, hang on. It's all going really fast now. Let me try to scroll back a little. Limo is working on the abandoned castles. I missed some of you guys. Mountain Dreamers, the Joanne Sharp lettering class. G is getting alcohol marks off the wall. Alcohol markers off the wall. Kangaroo is practicing mixing color pencils. Tink is doing painting. Galena is paint splatters and drawing. But her favorite would be cross stitch. You've been doing it since you were a kid. Mink paint pouring. Is that your favorite, Mink, or is that what you're working on? Deb Pewter is watercolor sketching. Um, Julie Topaz, collage. Limo's favorite is mixed media. Mountain Dreamer, mixed media. Okay, it's going by so fast, I know I'm missing a lot. Steffi, her favorite thing is probably coloring. G's favorite is drawing. Suzanne, all of the above, and jewelry making. Jan T likes jelly plating. Kangaroo likes drawing. Her favorite mediums are water, like pencils, markers, Neo, anything water soluble, I'm thinking. Melissa, I've never been able to stick to only one medium. Yeah, well, me either, but you know, sometimes you still have favorites. Just because you do a lot of different things doesn't mean you don't have a favorite. I like drawing and collage. If I had to pick two things, I guess I love to draw, and you know, I do my portraits and stuff, and I love collage. You know, but I call this collage, but technically it would be considered mixed media collage because I had paint. It's not just collage. Oh, that's your favorite is paint pouring, Mink? Oh, okay. Yeah, you can get some cool stuff with that paint pouring. I saw something on Facebook. I don't know that I could find it right off. I might be able to. Maybe if when I finish, because I don't want to readjust the lighting again. But I saw somebody did a macro photography of oil paint and I don't know if it was water and oil paint or something, but it made everything, you know, they don't go together. The oil doesn't mix with the water, and it made all these really cool shapes and everything. But it was macro photography. It was really, you know, real close up. So that would be cool to see macro photography of a paint pour, Mink. Zeely said coloring books are your favorite, but I doodle every day. Kangaroo said coloring would be her second choice. Hey, Karen K. So yeah, good guys. That's awesome. I just like to know what everybody likes. And if you're watching this on, I'm going to have to get a smaller brush. If you're watching on YouTube recording, leave a comment and tell me what you guys like or what you'd like to see more of. Of course, I know the color book gals want to see more coloring. They would have me color all the time. But and if that's what you like, you can leave that comment. But what's your favorite things to see and watch? What do you like to watch? You know, do you like to watch the things you do? You know, do you like to watch, if you like coloring, you like to watch coloring, or maybe you like watching something different than coloring because you color all the time. You know what I mean? Kangaroo likes to knit occasionally. If y'all comment to me, put it in caps so I know you're talking to me because the chat goes by really fast. And also, if you are in, and y'all can tell me too here, but if you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment. And if you know, I talked earlier about, you know, doing getting rid of all my junk and papers and stuff. Not all of them, obviously, but old ATCs and all that. If I put together a giveaway box, what would you like in the giveaway box? Of junk. You know, I'm not going to put my art journals in there to give away. So, I mean, let's just be real here. But if I was to give away one box, and again, it can't be international. That's the only thing. Because I'm not going to pay $50 to send a box of collage papers. You know. So, I'd have to figure out something else for the internationals for a giveaway. On YouTube, well, I mean, it would be a combo thing. Like, I mean, let's just say it's a YouTube one. Let's do a YouTube giveaway. What if you're watching this video, what would you like to see in a giveaway box of, you know, collagey, junky stuff. Thanks, Connie. First choice polymer. So Nisha likes to do polymer clay mosaics, mixed media, or a combination, and then coloring. Hey, K-Berg. Starbucks likes to watch me use colored pencils and markers, but going to try to learn working with watercolor. Yeah, I don't do a lot of watercolor like paintings, watercolor paintings. I mean, I've done a few. I've shown y'all a couple of them, but I don't really do watercolors. Jean is teaching herself watercolor. The music scrap Jean, she has been doing watercolor. Now, the last few shows, I think, of course, she's had some health issues, so she hasn't been. And then there was the Olympics, too. So she was doing the scavenger hunt, but before that she has a lot of videos where she's teaching herself watercolor, and she'll watch like the Mind of Watercoloring and watch videos and teach herself watercoloring. So if you like watercoloring, go look at some of Jean's The Musical Scrapper Jean on YouTube, and see some of her teaching herself how to do watercolor. It's really fun. She's come a long way, people, if y'all know Jean. Any syllables that you wish to give. Yeah, so yeah, it would be just all kinds of junk, ephemera, book papers, collage stuff. It would be a box of paper junk. Paper junk, people. Oh, there was a question by I have a question. I have this book, and this will be my first altered book page. I was thinking instead of doing ocean background instead of galaxy. How do you think that would look awesome, Kimmy Poo? Yeah. You just have to think about, it's easy to put stars in the sky or even stars on the bottom. To do waves and oceans in the sky, I've done waterfalls and mist and things like that, but to put a full-on ocean in the sky, you could put, your animals, your fish and stuff in the sky. That would be cute. Well, I don't want to say cute. It would be cool. Sue said calendar pages, printed papers, old trim paper, stencil book pages. Yeah, so kind of like what you'd make a junk journal out of, Suze. Sorry, Prisma. Cam gets my nubs. Prisma said, I want your nubs. Cam gets all my nubs. Sorry, he collects my nubs. She's talking about nubs of... I don't think I have many nubs in here. Here's one. This would be considered a nub, a Prismacolor nub. But I could still get this with the holder. This is still good. But Cameron gets all my nubs. Prisma, sorry. Okay, I need another baby wipe. I just got paint all over my hands. Collage fodder would be your choice for a box. Yeah. Oh, yes, you can have too many paper goodies, Zig. Yes, you actually can. Trust me, you can have too much paper goodies. We were talking about that before I hit record. It was probably before you were here. I might try and see how it looks. Yeah, try that, Kimmy Poo. You could put, you could just paint it blue. Do you want me to try to show you, do one? But that's, if you want to, I don't want to influence you to do that. I mean, I could show you how to do one, but then, that it would take the excitement out of you trying. So, you try it. So... Know what I mean, Vern? Coffee lids. Well, Connie and Terry Trouble, I have coffee lids. I went to Hobby Lobby. Oh, I got to show you one thing I got at Hobby Lobby. I went to Hobby Lobby to get some envelopes. Our Staples closed down. I don't know why. I didn't ask them. They just closed down. The Staples next to my Books A Million. So I went to Hobby Lobby to get some padded envelopes to send you and Terry some coffee lids, and they quit carrying them. I said, and there's, they still have the Scotch tape and the packing tape and some duct tape, but they stopped selling envelopes of different sizes, bubble wrap envelopes of different sizes. They stopped selling it. And I said, well, y'all might want to rethink that since the Staples right down the street closed. Y'all would have a market on that. She goes, I know. And I did ask my girl at my Hobby Lobby, I said, y'all sure are downsizing a lot. She goes, we're rearranging and we are downsizing some departments. I said, well, there's rumors that Hobby Lobby's closed. She goes, no, we're not closing. We're just rearranging, restocking, downsizing some departments. Like I know they're downsizing the scrapbook department. Those 2 big rows of paper, that's going to be gone. I don't know what they're going to do, how much paper they'll end up with, but I know they're downsizing that scrapbook department. Yeah, so yeah, I'll have to go to like Walmart, but I didn't have time yesterday. So what I'm saying, Terry, is you and Connie do have, that's all right, Connie, you don't have to do that. I will send you and Terry each out. If nobody knows what I'm talking about, they both want a couple of coffee lids. They don't drink coffee or these lids. So I'm sending them a couple of those. But they didn't have the envelopes, the padded envelopes. Just send them to you guys. So I'll have to go to Walmart and get them. Then the other thing I needed to get, because they don't have the envelopes, I have to get, well, I'll show it to you. I mean, I was going to surprise her, but she's not here, so. So, Barb, remember when I was going through my bigger papers and stuff, and I came across the drawing that I had done of Chance, Barb's cat, this one right here, and I went ahead and varnished it. So, but you see, look, see how the bend in there? That's from being stuck in a portfolio and not being taken care of, so it got bent. But anyway, so I did varnish it, and I have to get an 11 by 14 envelope, and I'm going to mail this to Barb. Shh, don't tell her. It's a surprise. But anyway, it's another thing I have to get an envelope for. But again, that's can happen when you see that big bend right there in it. And there's no fixing a bend. A paper is bent, it's bent. But anyway, so I varnished it, and I'm going to send that to Miss Barb. So, stuff is on the way. I just got to go get stuff to mail. Mail it out. You buy the coffee beans? Yeah. And crunch them yourself? Yeah. Okay, so let's see here. I think I want to do... No, I think I want to leave... No, I want that window. I want maybe cut across here like this. Like that's part of a cracked window there, right, maybe? Even though it's not, I'm making it that way. So yeah, I'm thinking about just doing one general box, and trust me, one box of stuff is not going to make a dent. I have tubs of stuff. That's why when Denise comes over, she just shakes her head, and when I go get coffee, she's trashing stuff. But you gotta see, guys, most of the stuff in here is stuff I've made. It's not all just paper and junk. It's junk, it's journals. Not junk journals, just journals. I have a whole 6-foot shelf, top to bottom, with another extra foot on top of all journals and sketchbooks and stuff on the top. I mean, it's, I got a lot of art. A lot of art. Oh, Barb was here. Oh my gosh. I didn't know you were here, Barb. Yeah, I'm sending you Chance. Chance is getting all beat up in my portfolio. So yeah, that's coming your way. I was going to surprise you, Barb. But yeah. And hi, by the way, we're talking is Barb Owen. She's easy to find on YouTube. Hey, Jen, reading with pugs. I enjoyed your, Jen got her another 15 or 20 books from, what is it, the book, not the book depository, anyway, Jen Reading with Pugs does book reviews, and a lot of reading, and she just got her like 15 or 20 new books. I just watched that yesterday, Jen. That was awesome. And she's a color lady too. She colors. She colors and reads. Okay, so there's the sky. I think I want that gone. That's kind of distracting to me. Let's just roll that out. So yeah, Chance was hiding out in one of my old portfolios, Barb. I guess I stuck him in there because you know I have a mural of him in my mural room. Book outlet. Thank you. Thanks, Sherry. Book outlet. Thanks, Jen. Yeah. Lurking. Yeah, that's what I do too. I like to lurk and work while I'm watching things. Okay, so there's that background. So you can see, and then I can do stars. I don't think I'm gonna stop and do that right now. I don't know what that white is right there, but it needs to go too. I'm not going to stop and do that right now. Y'all know I'm just kind of rolling through the pages here and seeing what I want to just add some stuff to. So let me clean my brush out. It's a really rainy, yucky day here, so I probably won't be going anywhere. All right, let me hit this with the heat gun. And I've been having people ask me on YouTube what heat gun. This is like a 25-year-old Marvy Uchida. I think Sherry told me that they still make Marvy Uchidas, but I don't know if they still make this. At the time, this was the only kind they made, a maroon one. You know, like a purpley maroon one. And of course, you can't always see it because, you know, it's full of paint. But heat gun. Book outlet, yeah, book outlet. You don't, I don't know who you are, I got sound. I do not fit in, I don't know what you're talking about, but I don't know who you are. Someone's here called I got sound. Hey, Nina Beaner. Terry, I bet they don't make them that good anymore. Yours is the same age? Yeah, they may not make them this sturdy. I mean, it's lasted that long, right? Yeah, that's a professional term for snooping. Work and lurk, yeah. Yeah, that's it, Prisma. That probably needs to go in the Wingnut book. Okay, so again, let me show y'all one here, because this book's, and even though I did a flip through, I'm just going to come back over here to the Forgotten Heritage for a minute. Just to kind of, I'm just going to do a flip to show you some of the pages where I've added things that, because there's not that much done in the one I'm working in now. It's my new one. My new one from Sue's. So this one's from Eileen, and I've had it for, I don't know, maybe a year, Eileen? I don't know. So you can see I'm working on different pages. Sorry. Is that my mailman? No, it's too early. See here. I have the print of Chance painting hanging in the cat room. Oh, well, now you can have the original Barb, even though it's got a little bend in it. Oh my gosh, that's so cute, Barb. Okay, I used the new Marvy Uchida at an art retreat. It works great and may be a little quieter. Okay, well, mine might have been quieter 20-something years ago, Kathy. It may have been quieter. So you can see all this. Well, actually, this is what it was, and I matched this fractal to that. Oh, it's Susan. Okay, you can change your name, Susan. We just don't know who you are. And so, yeah, so you can see I've got stuff going on. Just starts. Just some starts in here. I'm just going to keep flipping real quick so you can see I've got quite a bit done in this book as far as starts go. See? There's paint up here, Mount Fuji, and a little swirly thing going on there. This is there. I painted that. So it's got this has got lots more going on in it. And I just move from book to book, whatever I feel like. I just pick one off the shelf. It just happens that this one has more stuff glued down than some of the others. You still have the one. I still have the one you have. The heat gun, yeah. I love it. So you see all this is glued down. This is painted out. And after, because the book is shiny, and sometimes the, I use matte medium. Oh, here's one where I'm doing a whole room of watches. See, I'm doing a whole room right there of clocks on the shelves. Some of it can be shiny and some of it can be matte. So after I'm completely done with the pages, eventually I will gloss varnish all the pages when they're done. You see I painted some there. Got a big flower going on here. Some flowers and watches. I worked on one last week with the car. I don't know if it's right here or not. Some things glued here. All that's got glues from the window panes. This is all paint. Got something started here. So they all have starts on them, right? I don't know. I think there might be 2 pictures done in here, completed. This one's completed. I don't. Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. This one's completed. And again, I will varnish these to make them all shiny. Because the paint's matte. There's matte varnish. Matte medium. I got, pencil. There's all kinds of things on it. And then I'll varnish them to complete. So you can see where I started here and here. A little bit here, here, here. Oh, this one I really want to work on. This one I'm really coming along with. I added my bird. I added a watch piece up here. I've added sides here. This one's really coming along. Yeah, you like the surprise room of watches? Yeah. Then this one too. I'm working on this one. Got a little planet up here started. Got my bird. Got some wind. This one is, this one's really coming along. I worked a little bit on this one on show. And this one, I love this one. I have a whole story in my head on this one. So, it's all paint. The water, I added all the water. So, this one's coming along. This is all painted in. The water here is painted in. So yeah, and I'll show you one that's completely varnished since I'm and that would be in my abandoned places. There's more in this one done than any of the others as well. So there's just tons done in this one. I've got this, I flipped through, this is the last one we did. We did a recording of this one. So, last week we worked in this one. But there's tons done in here. Here's a finished one. Let's see what else is finished. This one's finished. And that one's finished. This one's finished. And there should be videos on most of them over the last couple of years. That one's finished. I'll show you the one I have varnished here. Let's see what else is here. That one's finished. This one's finished. That one's in progress. And I've done flips of these quite often. That one's pretty much, I'm saying, finished. I think I might need a little more stars down here, but I love this. That one's not done, but... And let's see what else. So here's the one that's completely finished and varnished. See how the shine is? So when they're completely finished, I will varnish them so that they're completely shiny. Sign them, date them, well, the year anyway. This one we did in 2016. So there's a lot. Thanks, Nina Beaner. Okay, so, you know, that's how I would start this page here. And this one here is the abandoned deserted theme parks. So, yeah. So I just kind of go through and see, like I can see things hanging here because it looked a little bit of, you know, whatever was there. But I could see a whole bunch of hanging stars there because this just kind of looks planetarium-like. Each one of these could have its own little planet too. That would be cool. Each one of the little circles have its own little planet in there. This is just some water here with the reflection. So I just kind of go with whatever I think, you know, I feel like doing. You know, like this one here. Let's get where's my brush? But you can't be afraid. You can't be afraid you're going to mess it up. Oh my gosh, I'm going to mess it up. Well, you might. You might mess it up. But that's how you're going to learn. If you're afraid to throw paint down on a book, you will never throw paint down on a book. You'll be too afraid. What varnish do I use? I use the Ceram Coat Indoor Outdoor. I'll show it to you here in a minute. They used to sell it at Michael's and Hobby Lobby. Now they don't sell it at Michael's. They probably still sell it at Joann's. Of course, you can get anything at Amazon. And I haven't checked since the what Hobby Lobby is redoing. Oh, and I was going to show you the one thing I got at Hobby Lobby. So I'm hoping they're still going to sell it at Hobby Lobby. My Joann's is 45 minutes away, so I'm not like, you know, I got a Hobby Lobby 3 miles away and a Michael's 5 miles away. I really don't want to go to Joann's if I don't have to, but it lasts a long time. Here. And you don't need much. This is what the jar looks like. Oh, I keep stubbing my toe on my books. Delta Ceram Coat. Interior, exterior, gloss. Gloss. That's what I use. And it's $11 a bottle. But it goes a long way. And this is the same varnish I use on my ATCs, my art cards, my postcards, anything I varnish. This is what I use. Hey, Jean, are you home? I think that's going to look like, that needs to be a big egg. That would be a cool egg. And y'all know, I mean, you don't have to paint anything out black. It could be blue, purple, yellow, green. It could be any color. I like to add a lot of stars and planets kind of stuff. So I use a lot of black to, you know, make space, make outer space. But that you don't have to do that. Like this could all be pink. A pink, let's see here. Let me clear that. Oh, yeah, real quick, let me show you what I got at Hobby Lobby. So y'all know that when Hobby Lobby had their clearance on the FW inks, and we all got a bunch of them for $1.49 or whatever. We got a bunch of these on clearance. Well, I hadn't been to Hobby Lobby in, a week, and I went to look for the packaging. And of course, like I said, they quit selling that. But so I said, let me go see what's over there now. what they had, because I already have all the colors that they had on clearance. So I didn't, I'd already got them all. So I went over there, and this is what they're replacing it with. They're replacing them with the Amsterdam inks. Now y'all know Amsterdam has a line of paint, a comparable nice price point paint. So they are replacing the FW with these Amsterdams. I only bought one, and I used my 40% off coupon because now these are $6.99. They're $6.99 for a bottle of ink, but I used a 40% off coupon. I got one just to test out. This is a color. It looks kind of like an opaque color compared to the more translucent. I don't know. I haven't used it yet. The more translucent FWs, other than the pearl. The pearlescent, I got a couple of those. But so these are the Amsterdam. You like the Amsterdam paints, Terry? Okay. But they're Amsterdam inks. This is what was in the same bin. All the FWs are gone, and they have restocked with all Amsterdam. I needed, because the only purple I had from FW was the pearlescent one, this one. So I needed a regular purple. They don't have a regular purple. They have a type of pearlescent like this, but they don't have a purple in the Amsterdam inks. Maybe they don't have them all in yet, but they were all tagged and they all had their names. No purple. But anyway, this is called grayish blue. Yeah, I've seen lots of Amsterdam tube paints, right. Hobby Lobby carries the Amsterdam tube paints. So, yeah. Just to let y'all know, that's what Hobby Lobby is replacing the FWs with. Okay, so what if we had a pink river or something here? Because this is all like watered, I would do green that looked like, old moss. But you think it's a bit smaller? This, let's see how much is in each one. Let's see. This is 1 fluid ounce. One fluid ounce, 30 milliliters. Actually, they both say 1 fluid. All right, look, this one says 30 milliliters. Is that right, milliliters? This one says 29.5. So actually, this has 0.5 less than this one. This bottle just looks bigger. And of course, you don't know the thickness of the glass either. But this says 29.5 milliliters, even though it does say 1 U.S. fluid ounce. This is also 1 fluid ounce. But it says 30 milliliters. So there's actually a little bit more in this one. Okay, Jean, I wanted to see how you were doing too. Do you plan on doing another picture from moon blossoms this year? Cindy, I don't plan that. I mean, I can try, but I don't plan out really very much on my color booking. I just, if someone asks me, I mean, I will make an effort to do more from it. Where's my moon blossoms here? Hang on. I'm flipping. There's Eerie. There's Fantasia. Where's my moon blossom? She's here somewhere. Well, can't put my hand on her right now. Some of those pages are probably in my my finished pages are in my portfolio thing. I keep the oversized ones in. I'm doing better. Your toe is almost completely healed. Aw. Well, chill, Jean. Can you just put your feet up and chill? Is that what the doctor told you to do? Yeah. I know, Cindy. Everybody has their favorites. I get people asking me to do more mythomorphia, so I started doing mythomorphia, you know, again. Okay, Jean, take care of yourself. Um, um, Susan, you need to put your if you're talking to me, put it in caps, because otherwise I don't know you're talking to me, so I'm only getting half of your conversation. You got to put it in caps if you're talking to me, because the chat goes by so fast. I will miss half of what you're saying. So cap it if you're talking to me. Uh, Lou, Dee Dee, do you use matte medium? Gift card method always got rips and creases on the thinner. Yeah, I do use that. I use the card scraping method. Yes, Lou. And you do have to be careful if you're using a magazine. That is true. You will scrape off the ink off of a magazine page because the magazine paper is so thin. You don't have to worry so much about it in a book, you know. And they're not printed in the same kind of removable ink that a magazine can pick up the ink, you know, and when you're scraping it. So that's true. You got to be careful on a magazine. Book, you don't have to be as careful. Okay, so I was going to throw some pink down here, wasn't I? Let's see. I want some hot pink. I want some bright pink. Do I want some bright pink? Oh, let's just see what this is. This one is not, this is not, I usually use my Americana craft paints, but I don't really have any neons in Americana. So this is just Craft Smart paint neon, and it may be too translucent. I may need a white coat. So let's just go ahead and do that first. This is what my go-to paint is. Americana Deco Art craft paint. Extremely light touch needed on the magazine, yeah. So, I mean, I can get some matte medium out and do a little gluing, but I think everybody has pretty much seen me do that. Okay, my water's probably dirty. I don't know if that's going to affect this here. Okay, so I'm going to start with just whiting. Hang on, I got water in my brush. And this has a weird, it's like it doesn't match up. The two photographs don't match up right here. But I'm going to just make them match up. So I'm going to paint some of that out. And I really should, if I'm going up here to the edge and painting up to the edge of the book, I should put some, I'll just lift it so that I don't glue the two pages together. But you really should put some wax paper in between, because otherwise you're going to glue your pages together with the paint when you go off the edge. So let me just kind of go forward with it so it's not getting on the... No, I won't need 2 coats of white because I'm going to put the pink over it, but I want it based out so that the pink will be nice and bright. We'll do a nice bright page here. This could have water running down like there. Yeah, I gotta have an extremely light touch on a magazine. And this is shiny paper, so sometimes it does take 2 coats. Usually black is pretty good about not needing 2 coats on the shiny paper. But, you know, if it takes 2 coats, it takes 2 coats. Cindy Germany says, at the moment I'm trying to get all things together I would like for altering my first abandoned book. Yeah. Do you have one of the abandoned books already, Cindy? You just need a couple of calendars, a magazine, and you'll collect it as you go. You'll collect stuff as you go. You know, magazines at thrift stores, or you know, I don't buy many fashion magazines. I usually keep one around, maybe 1 or 2 a year. Okay, the sun's trying to come out. I don't do many fashion magazines cutouts because I don't put people in my stuff very often. I do occasionally, and I'll use it on a, art card or something. And I still have the list of you guys that want art cards. I just haven't done art cards in a while because people want this, they want color books. There's just so many, hours that I can, get everything everybody wants done. But I don't use the thinner magazine pages very much. But you do have to be careful with those. The Abandoned Places one, yeah. Don't be afraid to at least start. Get your paint and even if you just go through like I'm doing here in black or color out. Like I said, I use black a lot because I use a lot of outer space. But it can be any color, and just start. Don't be afraid to start because you'll never start. Is there any reason you like Americana over Delta Ceramcoat paint? Yes, I just like the coverage. I like the colors. I like it. I just like everything about Americana Deco Art. Now remember, if you get Americana craft paints, do not get satin or gloss, especially if you want to color pencil over it. You cannot color pencil over satin and gloss shiny paint. It doesn't say matte on it, but if it doesn't say satin or gloss, then it's matte. Okay, because your pencil will not go over that. Have some ideas, written them down, now waiting for the money to get. Well, sometimes it's fun just to go try to, I don't know, in Germany, if you have places where you can get magazines and stuff like that. Do you have thrift shops? I don't know what you call them there, where you can get books and magazines for practically for free. We have Goodwill. There's different ones here. Thrift stores. And you can get magazines and calendars for nothing. So try that. Okay, so I'm going to put out some of this hot pink. Let's see which one of these brush. I don't want anything with black in it because yeah, here we go. So let's see how this is going to work. See, it's very translucent. I think I'm going to mix it with the white and get at least another coat because this neon is like practically clear. So let me put this coat on. Looks like bubblegum pink. And then when this dries, I'll try to put a coat of just neon on. Because it's very thin. I mean, it's very see-through, very translucent. And sometimes when some years ago, when I was looking for just all kinds of essentially trash in the street for collage, I have a whole bucket of it outside that probably, maybe I threw it away by now. But you can find papers and stuff in the street. Those sometimes have the best collage stuff. And I kept a coffee can, one of, the coffee can that goes like with these lids. I kept it in the garage, so every time I go for a walk, if I find something, I would just pick it up, and then when I get back from my walk, I would just throw it in that bucket and collected up all kinds of cool stuff. More than I could ever use. They don't have thrift shops in Germany, or they don't have thrift shops in Germany close to you. Pacola says, I like altering pages in the mini magazine playground. Oh, I know. I just don't have time to get to everything, Pacola. I have my mini magazine playground right over here next to me on the shelf. Yeah, it's less intimidating than working in a big book. That's true, Pacola. It is less intimidating to work in a magazine journal book. Okay, so let's dry this. So it's taken a few coats with this. This pink is very thin. So let's see if I can get it bright now. Maybe I can just do the like wavy bits with the pink. I never use neon. Just saying, I never use it. I think I have 2 or 3. I might have an orange and a pink. I just don't use it. So let me just put a few waves of it here just to get something on here. And I have to dig through collage bits to see what I want to go with it. But it's a start. It's something on the page. You don't have to finish a page every time you open your book. Just put something down. I'm telling you, put something down. You'll come back to it and you'll go, oh, I know exactly what I want to put on that. It was like a mountain of bubble gum. I don't think it has anything to have to do with me saying the word, Connie. I did get rid of a lot of my stacks. I literally had probably 3 feet tall stacks of these lids. And I'm down to probably about this many in here, and I probably have about that many in the closet. I don't need that many, right? Because you can clean them out. When it dries, you just peel them out. Yeah, cotton candy. Yeah, Zig. But y'all don't have any like charity shops over there? Karen? And I do want to make sure it's dry, because if I close my book, it'll stick if it's not dry. So I think that's dry. All right, let's keep moving here. Let's just keep moving. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I just wanted it pink. So like I said, I haven't done much in this one yet. I might need to go through here and maybe find some things just to... Let me get a handful of flowers and watch parts or something here just to have some things to glue down. Hang on. Here's some watches. And where's some flowers? I thought I'd cut some flowers out here. Got a lot of the Japanese paper. Here's some flowers. Okay, so here's some flowers from calendars. Okay, so here's some calendar pages. Okay, these are awesome because they're not too thin. All right, let's see here. Like this one even doesn't even have the face in it, but that's very cool. We'll just play. I use foam plates for painting white background. Keeps colors true. Yeah, you really should use a white palette to see the colors clear. That being said, I don't find that on acrylic paint. Acrylic paint is pretty much, that's the color. Acrylic paints are opaque enough that you can see the true color. Whereas if I would have put this green ink, if I put a drop of this on a black palette, you won't be able to tell that from a brown. You won't be able to tell that apart. So this is not good. These are not good for inks. For inks, I have things like this, this. This is what I use for inks. Because that is true. You cannot see ink, translucent inks on this. This is only good for acrylic paint. And the other thing about it being that it's because it's acrylic paint's a plastic. Let me see if I have one here that has enough on it. I don't think that's quite enough here. Trying to find one real thick. Maybe that one. None of them are really, really thick. But what you can do is once it's dry, you can just peel it off. Sometimes it'll come off in a sheet, sometimes it'll come off, and it's very cool. Acrylic paint skins are cool if you have things you want to do with them. I don't. I throw it away. Okay. All right, so let's see here. I don't find magazines with watches and the pieces, lots of flowers and such. I buy watch magazines. It's really one of the only magazines that I buy specifically to cut things out of. Now my calendars, y'all know, every February, did I move my, I think I bumped my, yeah. Every February, let's see here, what happened? I bumped something. Hang on guys, let me get my, sorry, I know y'all don't like things moving around, but there we go. Somehow I bumped it or something. Every February, the first week of February, sometimes like the last February, the week of, blends into the last week of January. Books A Million, all their calendars go on sale for $3 every year. Barnes & Noble, theirs go on sale for 50% off. That's where I get my calendars. My watches, because I use them so much, and I would recommend that if you have a theme, like if you love flowers, then it probably behooves you to buy lots of flower calendars or flower magazines specifically to cut up for flowers. I buy watch magazines just for that, but that's usually the only magazine that I buy just for one theme, just for one thing. Let's see. I'm not sure. Sue's, what's good as hair or clothing? I missed that. Once collage is dry, or are you saying collage or gouache? Once collage, because I know you're in Germany, and I know once collage is dry, are you able to reactivate them? No. No. Matte medium. Not if you're using acrylic paint and matte medium. Those will not reactivate. They do not reactivate, Cindy. Acrylic paint is not water soluble, and matte medium, once it's dry, it doesn't reactivate either. Oh, the paint skins. No. Acrylic paint is not reactivatable. If that's a word. Yeah, no. Acrylic paint is permanent. It doesn't move again. If you mean gouache, watercolor gouache, yeah, that can reactivate. And again, it may depend on the brand. I don't use a lot of gouache, but it'll reactivate like watercolors. And again, if you have matte medium over it, then yeah, gouache is a form of watercolor. It's like an opaque watercolor. But the brand, I just use cheap brands, and they'll reactivate. So, yeah. And the same thing, like I can't for one thing, watercolor's not going to stick to these shiny pages. Number two, if I did get watercolor to stick to this, and then I put matte medium on it, the matte medium's going to wipe it right off, because watercolor will reactivate. Yeah. Okay, so let's see here. I like that because it looks like there's a path right there. So again, the best way to glue this stuff down is with your matte medium and do the whole page at once. If you want to, work on a whole page. Right now, I'm not getting all that out. I'm just either tacking it down with a glue stick, or I'm just using I'm just gluing it down with my tacky glue. But when I go to do a whole page, I'll get out my matte medium. And again, you can take a card and, get all the glue out or whatever. Just make sure that there's no glue on there before you close the book or change the page. A little bit more glue right there. But, when you mash it down with the card, that's how you get rid of all the bumps and stuff. Okay, let's see. That's all I'm going to put on this one for now, I think, because I want to go to one where I can add flowers. Although, I'm liking that over here. Like that. Put a little glue on that. This is kind of just playing today, guys. I'm not really even finishing a whole page where I'd get out all my matte medium, and because I don't have enough in this book. Everybody wanted me to work in this book today, and I really don't have much done in it, so this will help me get further along in this book. There's an acrylic gouache that may not react. That there could be, Suze. Like I said, I don't use gouache that much. I have a couple of cheap sets of gouache. I don't do a lot of watercolor or gouache. Yeah, looks like a cool tunnel. Yeah. Or a cave. Yeah, yeah. All right, let me dry this. I'm gonna have to go get some coffee, guys. I gotta get something on my juice is not. I need to go get some hot coffee. Let me see the time too. Okay, we're good on the time. I'll work another, say, 30 minutes playing in the book here, and then we might do another project, something different. I was going to show you some flowers. Let's see here. Let me dig through and let me find some nice big flowers. Maybe those tulips. This one's kind of small. Maybe a vase. Let's see. What else do I have here? That one's kind of cool. That one's kind of cool. Well, they're all cool, but I'm just seeing what I want to use. I'm trying to find something kind of big, be kind of dramatic. That one's kind of cool. There's a nice big peony. I think that's a peony. I don't know my flowers very well. Let's see. There's a bird of paradise. That's kind of cool. Oh, here, this one's good. This one's cool. All right, so I got some flowers here. And if you're not sure what to do with, something that you like, and I'm going to save those leaves, because I just want the stem for right now. If you're not sure, cut you out a bunch of stuff you like, whether it's watches, flowers, cut you out a bunch of stuff you like, and just go page to page. So let's see, I got this little swirl here, I got this, let me find another watch here. Let me just cut something out just to have here to show you what I mean. And go from page to page. Pick you out about 5 or 6 items. I'm going to do that here. I'm going to watch. I got the swirly, even the outer edge of there. We'll keep that, and let me cut out this flower. And we'll go from page to page and just show you how you can kind of just lay things out and see what you like. Now, my rule of thumb is if I find a page that it looks good and I think that's pretty cool, I will glue it down immediately. At least tack it down until I get my matte medium out. Because if you are too indecisive and you sit there for hours and hours debating, should that flower go on that one page? And you'll spend days and however long with just trying to decide what to glue down, you will never glue anything down. You'll always be very indecisive about it. I mean, I can't tell you what to do, but I'm just saying, if you want to do a whole book, especially, if you want to do a whole collage altered book, you can't just sit there and, spend weeks trying to decide to glue one flower down on a page. You'll never do it. You just trust me. You will not get a book done ever. You might get a page done, but you'll never get a book done that way, because there's too many. You got 100 or so pages in one of these books. So if you feel like it looks right and you really like it, just glue it down. There'll always be another flower. There'll always be another watch. There'll always be another, magazine model or whatever. There'll always be another one. So you just got to kind of be brave about it. If it doesn't turn out, paint over it. It's just paint. It's just paper. Paint over the whole thing. Okay, so let's see here. All right, so let me get maybe one more element. We got a watch. We got a piece of calendar swirl from a art something. We got a top of the cutout, the negative space. Let's see. Let's get another element. One more element. Just to move things around. Let me look through here. I'm just digging in my handy little tub here. Here's just a piece of, this is some of that, we jelly plated some magazine or book pages. There's that. Here's some cactus. Maybe we'll take a little cactus. We'll take 2 pieces just in case. All right, so here we go. Now let's just move all this off here. And we'll just turn a page. Is it getting flashed out? Are we okay? Because the sun's coming out. I hope we can still see. Maybe we'll just concentrate. Let me zoom in one. Concentrate a little more on one side. And then I got to go get something to drink because my throat's... Okay, so let's just see here. Okay, this is some nice roller coaster. I mean, you can make another... You could do this, and don't let anything like this. So you see this right here, you go, I don't like that. Well, you can paint that out. You can paint that out, right? Or you can do it this way, going off the top. You can cut this down. Just kind of move things around on the page. Now that reminds me of a stem right there. So that reminds me of a flower. So maybe a flower would go there. See? Growing right out of this. My watch hands could be going out this way. Or you can make let's go with that swirl right there. That swirl could go right there. And then this can all be painted out yellows and oranges. See? So don't let what's left on the page deter you from gluing something down. If you like this, and see there's a little yellow here, and there's a little kind of a yellow colors over here, so that kind of ties the 2 pages together. And I also have those feathers here. Look, see, I have these feathers that I cut out earlier. This could be over on this page. So just kind of play around with it. So I'm going to use these same things on different. I'm going to keep these. I got a couple feathers, a flower, watches, a couple watches. Here, there, this one. And we'll just kind of flip so you can see. Thanks, Julie Topaz. So, see? You just kind of move things around and look at them. See, you know, well, do I like that? Do I like this feather right there? And that's kind of cool. Or, you know, you like the flower. You can put it over here. You can put it over here. You can put it over that right there. See what I mean? See what I mean, Vern? So just cut you out a few things just to like get your groove on, you know, and just flip through your pages and just kind of look. Don't be afraid to turn things upside down. This could have a whole bunch of little flowers hanging. Like this could be the center flower, and then have a whole bunch of little flowers. Hanging here. Okay, I'll let that dry, then I'll like add the stems more defined. Let that dry, and then this could be right there. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Yeah. All right, now I got to dry that because I can't change. Don't try to change a page when it's wet. You'll glue your pages shut. And if you're not sure if it's dry, put a piece of wax paper in between and come back to it. Because the wax paper will prevent the two pages from sticking together. So that's going to take a minute. It's still, I'll probably put a piece of wax paper over that because that's going to stick. Just to prevent the pages from sticking together. So let's keep rolling. So again, just kind of move things around, play with it. Imagine that's painted out, and you could have all that kind of things going on there, maybe over here. Summer version of the Christmas ornament page. Yeah, kind of, Zig, yeah. All right, so I've already, this is paint. All the black you see there, that's all paint. And the sun's coming out, so it's getting bright. And if I put that on there, I'd probably paint that all out so that there was like fit in there. There's a little black hat sitting there. See how that looks like a little glowy thing right there? And again, you can paint out more cactuses or just blend it all out. You see though see what I mean, Vern? I'm just flipping through just to, you know, see what we can see. I glued down, well, tacked down. I tacked down some stars here. See? The swirls on the paper kind of mirror the swirls, and yeah, exactly. So see, that's the kind of things that you'll find as you go. It's so serendipitous when you have. Let's see here. Let me get another. Oh, let's see here. What do I got? Okay, here's a piece of painty something from a calendar. And if you find a spot that this just perfectly lines up, there's just, oh, here's another swirly bit. There's just nothing like finding things matching up like that. I just picked a few things here, like just a couple. And they're really not even matching as far as color goes. Okay, so here I painted this out and added a little window to the stars, and then I made a little river coming out of that, and a little star shine, but I might put more star shine there, I don't know. Again, over here, this is all painted out, See how you just move things around? Turn them upside down. And just try different things. Just play a little bit with your images. So I could have this here, and then up here there may be a moon. And stars and, things going on. Again, this is all painted out. Bridge, there's a bridge there to nowhere. Maybe it needs a feather right there. See? That looks pretty cool, doesn't it? See? Now, let me tell you this. If you do have something that crosses over, like there's the ditch of the paper, okay, you want to, let's go ahead and do this. I'll go ahead and do it. So if you want something to cross over a page, what the best way to do it is not glue it down like this, because especially if you do a few, it's going to start bulking up and tearing right there. So what I do is I just make the mark right there with my thumbnail, okay, and cut it, and then glue it as close as you can there. But they're just the tiniest bit, like even a quarter, a 16th of an inch. And then you can put a little paint there. It's much better, guys, than trying to glue it across the crack, because it's going to tear. It's going to start ripping. It's going to start, yeah, it's just better if you cut it and then glue it down on the ditch. Got a little more glue right there. Get it as close as you can, but it's just better not to have it bent in there. I got that a little, I wonder if I can move that up, or is it too late? There's no matte medium on here, so it's a little tricky. I want to move that up a little. I don't want my feather hanging off the edge. And this is a place where it would behoove me to matte medium it down. Okay, so this is how I would do it. There's my card. Here. Get it nice and flat. Need a little bit more glue since I lifted it. So just play. Don't be afraid, people. And I love those little bits there hanging down. Get the excess glue off there. Love the feather there. I know, right? Now let me dry it, because I don't want to glue it shut. And I do need to glue the little thing down here better, the little stem of the feather. And then I would just put a little bit of a, brown paint, a little bit of blue paint there to kind of disguise it right there. Because if you don't, I'm telling you, you'll open your book and open your book and open your book, and one day you're going to have a white streak. You're going to have a white streak right there where the paper's worn. So you just don't want to go in the ditch if you don't have to. It's not hard to cover that up. Here, let me show you. Just a little bit of teal, maybe a little bit of the white that's already there, and a little bit of brown. Let's see here. It doesn't take much. A little black in that teal. And it's good to practice your paint blending too. Now I got some glue right there. Let me cover that up. Oops. I'll hold it up here for you in a minute. So it's just better to put the paint in there than the paper. We have to remember to be ditchless. Yes, Eileen, ditchless. And you really want to make sure that's dry, because that now if I close this and it's not dry, when we come back to that, these two feathers will stick together. So you got to be careful that make sure everything's dry. Okay, I am going to go run, get some coffee, and maybe we'll play a little bit more. Now this is not glued down yet. This is just tacked down. See, I just have it glue stick down. So the page is not done. We can work it. We can work the page if you want, but I'm trying to show y'all taking different pieces and moving them around on different pages. So let me take a quick break, guys. We have about, we can spend another 20 minutes before we run out of this segment, time on this segment. Yeah, well, and see, you can take, this is paint here. So because that's paint, you can take your, let me see. You can take pencil and go over this. And we can, do more stuff with it. Because this is paint, pencil will go over it. If you want to do that, I'm just showing you can. See? Okay, quick break, guys. Let me take a quick break. So just give me a minute. Give me 2 minutes to get some coffee. Hang on, I'll be right back. Alright guys, a quick break. Okay, so what's going on? I have to have some water too. Yeah, well that could be some water dripping. Alright, well then let's go ahead and work this page. Let me move all my little bits here. We'll go ahead and work this page. That means I gotta get out some matte medium. Hang on. That's there. Make some room. Get another, let me move these books I keep stubbing my toe on. So I just use golden, this is golden matte medium, and let's close the blinds. Okay, so I use golden matte medium. It just says matte medium. Okay, and I just put a bag, you know, plastic over the lid so that it doesn't glue shut. Let me get a brush here. And I keep my glue brushes in the water. They're the only brushes I do keep in water. Get more baby wipes. We'll play with this page. Might have to back out though. Let's make some space. You can see the double page here. God, it's big. Okay, and the camera's crooked. I don't know when I bumped it, but I did. Okay. So I got my glue brush. So what I want to do is I want these little bits here. Maybe I did glue that one down. And I'm going to go ahead and put matte medium over the whole thing. This right here is just tacked down. I'm just going to go ahead and glue this because this is the only thing so far that I have. I might find something else that I want to put down here, but that's all I got so far picked for this page. And I probably should put some wax paper because I'll glue my pages shut. There we go. Okay, so let's get that down and let's see what else I want to do with it. I'm going to make it be water, guys. I know it looks like teeth. Yeah, no, I want it to look like water, not teeth. I know, it does look like teeth. But I want to have water. I have it water there, water here. But I got to put the stars and stuff in there first. And I got to decide if there's anything else I want. Because this kind of looks like a path. So I kind of like that idea of this being a path. Now let me dry this. You got a honking size of matte medium. Yeah, you got to use some. You can put Vaseline around the lid. I just find it just as easy to throw a baggie over it. So I'm just liking the idea that these are some paths and that water dripping. You know, that's kind of where I was going. But because we only have about 15 minutes, I'm not going to make this too complicated because we're going to run out of time. Although I love these swirls, but well, we'll wait for the next one. Okay, so let's just see what we can do here. Star-wise, planet-wise. I need some kind of a planet, though. Let's see if I want to make one or just find a collage one. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, I think I can move this now. Dig through my bits over here for a minute. I kind of want to blue something. That's too... maybe that'll work. Okay, let's get... where's my... looking for my circle thing. What did I do with it? Don't know where I put it. Do I stick it in here? No. Okay, I have my circle template. Oh well, I'll just use a bottle or something. Oh, I like this blue better. But I like the idea of the piece. Okay, let's see. Let's just go with this. I like that area right there. I have a circle template that was sitting right here on my desk before I start. Ah, there it is. There it is. Yeah. A circle template. Okay, let's put this back on for a minute. Okay, I bought, okay, I think, let me make sure my chat's moving here. Let's make sure. Okay. All right, so I'm going to take a pen. Let's get a Posca maybe. See, the nice thing about a circle template is you can see what you're cutting. Rather than a bottle or something, then you have to kind of guess what you're cutting or what you're picking. You can see what you want. See what I mean? Burn. Yes, yes. On Saturday, Artistic Biker Blade came by on Saturday to my impromptu Saturday stream. And he said he's going to stream on Thursday, which is tomorrow, 8 p.m. I think it's the artistic biker on Ustream. And he'll upload to YouTube as well. Okay, so there we go. All right, where's my little bit of glue left? Okay, now, see, I did need my glue still. All right. Because I want this up here. See, how do I want it to face? I think. Let's move it over a little because I'm going to have the water coming down there. Okay. Turn it just a little. Okay. Card. Okay. Dry. I think I need a watch part though too. So let's see. I'm going to run out of time. I'm going to run out of time before I finish this. Let's see here. I like this one. Yeah, it's blue in it. I like this one. All right, we'll forget the watch channels. I'm going to run out of time. We're not going to have enough time to do all that. So, got this little piece. Nah. All right, so now I want to get it's like a dance here. It's like a dance. All right, so I'm going to get out some white paint. Just a little on a separate thing. And some water. Whoops. Water that down. Get a fluffy brush, and I just mean something like this that's fluffy. And I'm going to water this paint down. Hey Orla, anybody else I missed? It's 7:30. It's going to stream at 7:30. Eileen? Or 8? I don't know. I missed some stuff there. All right, so I'm going to splatter this. And anywhere that I don't want stars, I'm going to have to, because it's not completely matte mediumed. I did some right here where the feather is, but the whole thing's not matte medium. So I need to, if there's places where I don't want stars, I'm going to have to kind of quickly wipe it away. So just along that path there. Okay. If I want a couple bigger ones, I can plop a little more. And I'll add bigger ones with a Posca paint pen. Okay, so there's that. And I think I want to make some of this star, I want to make a little bit of a path through there. Same thing for here. I think I want to blend that in. So where's that paint I was using? Did I have any blue over here? No. Let me get a little gray blue here. Uniform. Oh, Xandra Tonight. Okay, Xandra Tonight. Thanks, Eileen. Okay, and I'm going to get a little blue and white on my finger here. And I'm going to just kind of blend this across here. And you don't have to use your finger. You can use a brush. This is the edge of the page right there. So maybe I will just let it stop right there. I could paint it out, but I don't have time. Okay, now I think I want a little bit of red, because that's what's there. Need a little red and a little bit more white. And a little black right there. That already looks like a shooting star right there. But I'm going to keep it so that I have a border right there for now. Can y'all see okay? Okay, now I think I'll put a little bit more red over on this side of the little, there's going to be a waterfall there. Oops, I got pink. I don't really want pink in there. Okay, let's do a little streak. And again, it's always tricky right in the ditch. Hey, Judy Patootie. Anybody else popping in here? All right, let's see. Oh, I messed up some of my stars. My sleeve went across it. So let's just go ahead and refluff. Okay, let's dry this before I run my sleeve through it again. So we gotta get crack-a-whack in here and finish this up in less than 10 minutes. These little dots take a minute to dry. Okay, I'm sure they're not all dry, but maybe we'll see what happens here. All right, let's move the water. Let's move this brown. Move the blue. Move the red. Okay, move the paint. All right, let's move the glue. Move the collage bits. All right, now let's see. What do I want to do? Get a stiffer brush here. All right, let's start with some water. All right. This brush might be too big. It's just like they're like little drains or something coming off that bridge. I'm still with the tour, people. Don't know if I want it coming across the feather because this is going to be coming down here, so. I want a very dry brush. And then maybe even some over here. Oh, got a little blue on there. Not bad, but. You like how it looks so far? Yeah, it's magical, yeah. I can pull this over as far as I want it to go. Stop there for a second. There's a shine right there. That, see this shine? And again, I don't know that I want it, I think I want it behind the feather, so. Although I will probably highlight this feather. And maybe make the little feather frond thingies come out. I think I'll probably do that with the Posca. Okay. Now down here we had a little bit of blue glued down, blue stars. So let me just go ahead and kind of make sure that's all blended in too. I can put some more stars in there with Posca down here. And I'll carry that right across here. Kind of make those connected to make the two pages look like they're going together there. Like that. Now let's see, I'll maybe do a little bit going this way. Kind of like a path in the stars. Hey Scoobs, the Scoobs here. Hey Tex Judy, good to see some more people that I hadn't seen in a while. Something like that. Okay. Now let's dry that. Okay, now back to the water here. Kind of bendy. I guess we can have bendy water in space. Sorry guys, I'm not talking much, kind of just getting this done before we run out of time. Actually, you know what I think I'd like to do with these? Make them strands of DNA. You know? I have to get a picture out to get it right. But I think that's what I'd like these to be right here. These, you know, swirls of DNA. But I don't think I can do that in 4 minutes. But I think that will be the plan. Alright, so let me dry this up. I'll do a little bit of star stuff. You know, swirls of DNA. They kind of look like stairs. You know what I mean, Vern. Okay, so now let's do a little bit of, let's get a little bit of color pencil stuff going. Sharpen. We'll see however long. I'll work on the stars until our time runs out. The double helix, yeah. That's what I want those to be. Let me sharpen these real quick. All right, let's see over here. I'll do a little. And let me get my white Posca here. Make sure that's round. It looks a little oblong. There we go. And then I can add little bright white areas. You know, some of my Posca is always good for a nice highlight. And let's fix a couple of these larger. Maybe let's have a shooting star coming right in here. So this is the parts I like to do. The details and building the world with details. That's also the, you know, kind of the, I don't want to call it the boring part, but, you know. Because y'all know I love me some outer space. Anybody got any questions or anything? Maybe I'll make a little bit more of a, this one probably. You should draw a pigeon spacewalking. Pagola. You'll know that, like, you're the person, you're the life form in here. It's supposed to be you in here, rather than, a lot of creatures or people or anything like that. Thanks, Terry. I'm wondering if I just want to stop after this, though. Not do another segment. I'd have to think of something we want to do. Not that we can't think of something to do, but I'd have to take a break and get something to eat in between. But I mean, if y'all have something you want to do after this. Let's do a little orange there. Vicky, yes, let's do more. I have to think of something to do. Might have to be a color book page. I don't know. Let's do a little bit of yellow in here. But I have to take a break. Have to take a break. Go get me something to eat, a sandwich or something. Know what I mean, Vern? If y'all don't mind. And I'm wondering if I should reboot too, just to make sure Lappy is happy. I probably should do that too. So I need a couple more stars down in here. I need a couple more planets, some little bit larger, couple of things going on here. Needs a little more oomph. You want more Mythomorphia? Yeah, I should finish up my Mythomorphia. Nina, I don't want to start a new color book page till I finish. If I'm going to color, I need to do Mythomorphia. Or the Alice in Wonderland. Or, I've got 2 or 3. I don't really want to start another new page yet. Until I at least get 1 or 2 of the other ones done. Because people ask me, well, when are you going to finish that one? You started that one. When are you going to finish that one? And they're right, They're watching me do a certain page or 2, and then I don't finish. I try, though, guys. I mean, there's just so much, There's I only can do so much, but I do my best. Okay, something like that'll be good. All right, so I'm thinking we'll stop. Although it needs a little bit more. A little bit of chunky something right there. Thanks, Jean. You could use a munch too. Okay, I think I'm going to stop, guys. I could still continue to work on some things for a while. Get some more detail in here. But it's not bad. Just a little hint of that bending there. So I hope y'all enjoy just kind of playing in some abandoned places. This is the abandoned deserted theme parks. Let's color after lunch. You're welcome, and thanks, Terry, for hanging out all this time. Thanks, guys. All right, so I'm going to stop on this one, and I'll take a quick picture of it so I can set it aside, and then we'll and give me a couple minutes to clean up because I got to have clean space to start a new project, and grab some lunch, reboot the computer. When I come back, you guys will have to refresh. Thanks, Text Judy. All right, guys. So thanks for watching. I'll take a picture of it and for later to post on Twitter and whatnot. And yeah. All right, guys. I'll be back in a few minutes. Bye.